Hello everyone, welcome back. Long time no see. Lots have been going on, and at the same time not much has been going on. General life things. Hope you all had a lovely Christmas and a wonderful New Year. I know we're now into February the 7th I think it is. But because I haven't seen you for so long, I thought I'd say Happy New Year, and I hope it's going well for you all. So I'm Danielle, you can call me Danny, and I'm known as Cardiff Stitcher here on Flosstube as well as on Instagram. This is my channel, mainly about cross stitch. I may do some rambling every now and then, but I will do my best to stick to the cross stitch. So I am going today, well this evening, because it is now 8:40 in the night. I was hoping to get this filmed earlier on today, but a wonderful daughter of mine decided she was going to stay downstairs and grace us with her presence, shall we say. Since she's turned 12, she's gone all this, oh, I'm 12 now, I want to go in my bedroom, have my own space and have my own privacy. But as soon as she knew I was going to film a floss tube this evening, that was it, she wanted to stay downstairs. So I made the most of it. We watched a movie and she helped me kit up a couple of projects, which I shall show you in a bit. But before I show you the projects that I've kitted up, I have got a nice pile of whips, works in progress, that I've worked on throughout the last year, 2021. And they are also ones that I hope to work on this year, 2022. I will tell you as much as I can about them, who the designers are, how much I've done on them. If I've missed anything out, please feel free to ask, email, leave a comment below, contact me on Instagram, any which way. So, what shall we start with? Well, why don't we start with the one on the very top, which is Little Miss Delish. I'm still not used to this, so I do apologise. There she is. She's by Heaven and Earth Designs. Artwork is by Hannah Lynn. Now, this is being stitched for Olivia. I started this back in 2020. Sometime in July, I think it was. And here, whoop-a-days, there goes one of the projects. Here she is. I'm hoping you won't be able to see me, but I am able, luckily, to see through the fabric for a bit. Here she is, what I've done so far. And a little bit about her. So by the end of days by the end of 2021 I put in 24,139 stitches, which brings a total of 32.2%, leaving 50,831. But I have decided not to do the background. All those stars in the pink background is stitched, completely stitched, and I thought, no, I'm not going to do that. I asked Olivia if she was okay if I left, and she was and ahhing. So after some conversation with other stitchers on Darren Dizzy Stitcher on his Zoom meeting a couple of weeks ago, the colours actually pop on the fabric. So I can't do this, sorry guys. So I've decided to leave her as she is, obviously finish the stitching but not do the background stitching. So hopefully she won't take much longer. I've been stitching her the last couple of days. I finally got my stitching bug back after it went on vacation. over the Christmas period. I don't think it helped because I had planned on doing Whip Go, and when Whip Go came around, I was told, the board basically said you've got to do this, this, this and this, and my Stitchy bug was like, no, I'm not doing that, so I decided to go into hibernation. But I managed to pick up this a couple of weeks ago and start stitching on it. I haven't really recorded what I've stitched on it. I've been stitching on it for a week now, every night for the last week, bar 1 or 2 days, and I've managed to put quite a few stitches in. So that's her. I'm hoping to get her finished this year. So that's her. Next up, is a little mini meditation. I'm trying to consult my notes, so if I do take a bit of time, I do apologise. It's all going to be all over the place. Mini meditation. I started this on the 1st of October last year after seeing Crafty Emily working on hers, and so far I've done 1,155 stitches, which is 1.09%. Now the needle's sticking out the front, that's very safe, isn't it? But there we go. That's what I've done. I'm going to do like Crafty Emily's doing, colour by colour from the middle out, which isn't normally me. Normally I start top left corner of these full coverage pieces and I go page by page, but not this one. I thought I'd do it different. So I haven't really got plans per se with this. It's just going to be a case of pick it up when I feel like stitching it, and it'll get done when it gets done. So bear with me, I'm going to be folding these and putting these away as I go, otherwise it just becomes mayhem, and I tend to get a bit stressed when there's a bit of a mess. Stress and anxiety kicks in. So there's that one. Next one is Tropical Friends by Charting Creations. This one, I don't know when I started. I don't actually think I've got any any details for this. And if I have, it was maybe a couple of weeks or even a couple of days. Bear with me a minute, see if I've got it written down somewhere. My journal, my tracking journal's decided it's going to start falling to pieces. So just talk amongst yourselves, guys, it's absolutely fine. I can't find it anyway. No. Okay. Well, I'm presuming I started it last year, 2021. But when? I don't know. And that's my start. Can you see that? That full, God knows how many stitches. But that's the start. That is just up there. Yes. Why I started it and didn't carry on, who knows. But that's how much I've done. I will get back to it, obviously, but when? Possibly this year. How much? Don't know. I've realised I'm one of these stitchers who will stitch what I want when I want. I don't like my goals, my targets, things like that. I don't mind a challenge now and then, but it's got to be something I want to do, like the Whip Go board. I know it's the Whip board is something that you can do at your own pace and when you want to do it. The numbers are just a guideline. So I don't know. I'll stitch when I want to stitch, how I want to stitch, and what I want to stitch. Next up is Santa's Visit. Another one by Charting Creations. I started this on the 18th of July. I was given it as a rack, random act of kindness. And it's going to be huge. Massive. And that's what I've managed to do so far, which is 105 no sorry I'll try again 10,533 stitches, which is 7.67%. and even got in the notes it's going to be huge. So that's going to be a nice one when it's done, but not for a good few years yet. When I started doing all these ginormous pieces, I don't know. I've just seen them and all of a sudden I was like, oh yeah, I want that one. Oh yeah, I want that one. Oh yeah, I want that one. And I started them all. So that's that one. The next one is Sunflower Cottage. Now this was a big one last year. Loads of people started this. Emma from Emma X Stitching had this, and Darcy Cameron had it as well, Stitchman Darcy, and he was like, well, who am I going to stitch it for? There's no one in the family to stitch it for. So they got together and they decided to do a stitch along. And I had it, so I thought, well, why not? So it is, like I said, Sunflower Cottage. Artwork is by Donna Gelsinger and it's from Heaven and Earth Designs. Now everyone's done the sensible thing and they're doing the mini, not me. I decided, well, I don't think I decided. I think in the haste of when I seen it, before it was becoming a sal, I was like, oh, sunflower. I love sunflowers. So I bought it, not realising that there was actually a mini version. So this is the regular version. And it's 350 wide by 518 high. So, yes, rather big, don't you think? Well, when you're stitching on, I think I'm stitching on 16 count. So when you're stitching on 16 count, yeah, it's going to be a bit big. It's going to be huge. It's going to be ginormous. It's going to be massive. Thank goodness I love the colour blue. And this is what I've done so far. So, in 2021 I managed 11,566 stitches. Yep, 11,566, which is a minute 6.38%. So, and I started this back in April. So it's another piece that's going to be stitched on when I want to. Nice bright colours. As long as my Stitchy bug doesn't decide to trot off again, go on its holidays again. I'm hoping to get as much of that done this year as I can. But we will see. We will see. No pressure. Stitch on it when I want, for as long as I want. So here, just put it back in the bag, otherwise I'll get confused and be like, it's going where? that's that one. Now this one, I haven't actually got a finished picture of it, so what I'll do is I'll try and insert the picture in here. Oh yeah, the ones that I've started before 2021, I will do my best to put a picture in of where I was at the beginning of 2021, so you can see how far I've stitched or how much I've stitched. But so far I think they're all, other than Little Miss Delish, which was 2020, so I'll put a picture of her in, they're all 2021 starts. This one was a freebie I managed to find after I heard someone on Flosstube talk about it. I don't know who, I'm afraid. So I scoured the internet and I did find, oh, can you see it? Yeah, you can. I did find the original artwork. It is a freebie. I will put the information down below so you can actually go and get it from the person's blog, I think it is. And I'm stitching this using, the purple is using sulky threads, and then the pink is just some random threads I found in my stash. So, and it says, "Quiet please, stitcher at work." And Olivia says to me, "But Mum, why are you stitching that?" Well, I want to. But why? Because I want to. So, and that one was a car project. I'm not sure when I started that one, I'm afraid. No, don't know. I didn't write it down. So there's that one. Right, this one I've shown you before. I didn't work on it last year because I put it away and I couldn't find it. Excuse for the itchiness. But it's by Joan Elliott and it's called Recipe for a Happy Child. Now, there, something happened. No idea what. I've decided I'm going to stitch the rest of it and then I'll wash it all at once and see what happens. I can't show you the picture of it now. I might be able to insert one. But sorry, thread's hanging over. Can't show you the finished picture of it because I don't actually have one. I've only got the chart and I can't find it as a kit. So what I'll do is I'll scour the internet to find the finished piece of someone's and just insert a picture. But this is by Joan Elliott and this is quite a few years old. So I do want to get on. That is part of my Whip Go. Like I said, Stitchy bugged in like Whip Go and disappeared. So I'll get on and finish that hopefully this year. But I'm not putting any pressure on myself because this is a hobby, not a job. So I will do it when I feel like doing it. Right, next one is Butterfly. This is from Etsy and I've called it Colourful Butterfly. I'm not sure what it's called on Etsy, and I'm doing this as a stitch along with Ashley from Stitching Penguin. Started it on the 29th of July 2021 and I am 5,277 stitches in, which is 52.58%, and I am going to do it by colour completion. I was trying to, I don't know how I was working it. I was trying to do it some way or another, but I thought no, colour completion, I felt better doing it colour completion, so that's how I'm doing it. So I haven't picked this one up for a while yet because of Christmas and whatnot, but I'll get back into it. So there's that one. There's that one. Any questions, please feel free to ask because I'm crap at remembering to give you details with regards to material I've used and flossers I've used. So all my flossers are either DMC or CXC, and fabric I use is 9 times out of 10 it's Ada, because I'm too chicken to try anything else. And I tend to stitch on 14, 16 or 18 count. I have got some in my stash, which I came across a few weeks ago, which is actually pretty printed fabric, which I've used to kit up some projects. So enough with the waffling. Let me move this along and I shall show you the next one. Now this isn't a very good picture, I'm afraid, because I couldn't find a decent picture, but this is the Fantasy cell from Lakeside Needlecraft, and I think I started this roughly 2016 when it first came out, and I put it away and I just never got around to stitching it again. This is another one that's on the Wip board, and this is one that was on for January, I think it was, one of the numbers, and the, like I say, the stitch bug was like, nope, I don't want to work on that, so I'm running away. So this, and the other issue is I don't know where all my charts are, so I gotta go hunting the charts down. I've got the border, not all the charts. So there's 2, 3, 4 of them stitched, 1 partially stitched, 3, come on now, 3, 6 to be stitched, and the border to be stitched. Yeah, so yeah. So yep, just yep. So that's on the Wip board, but like I keep saying, I'll stitch on it when I want to, and if I don't finish my Wip board, I don't finish my Wip board. It's tough. So next was one I started on in memory of 9/11. Yeah, so in memory of 9/11. However, I had so much trouble with this chart. I had to frog I don't know how many times. I will insert a picture of what it will look like when it's finished, but this is another one that will be done when it's done. It's more of a piece that's in memory than a piece that's going to be on display. But then again, I might be a piece that goes on display up the stairs or something when it's done, I'll see. So that's that one. 2 minutes, because started 9/11 obviously, or as we say, the 11th of the 9th. I managed 252 stitches there, but I did manage more, but then I had to frog a load out, which is 1.02%. So next one is Deck the Halls. Yeah, Deck the Halls by Caterpillar Cross Stitch. This was a sal with Emma X stitching and Belushi stitches. Deck the Halls in time for Christmas sal, and I didn't get it finished, but hey ho, it's not the end of the world. So that's that part. I started this on the 26th of July 2021. It's a hanging needle, and this is where I am. I have stitched 5,613 stitches, which is 23.52%. Now I'm not using the called for fabric, I just used some Aza out of my stash. I'm thinking it's 16 count, easy guide. And I swapped out the white, which they used for, oh my word, yes, my mind's gone blank. DMC Etoile or something it's called. It's basically an off-white with a bit of sparkle in it, so that you could see the snowmen and the snowflakes. And I'm going to be using, for the where the word tree is, I decided I was going to use beads, so I haven't done that yet. Oh, come on, focus. I haven't done it yet, but I will do. So that's my part of it. So I'll carry on again with this year. We'll see how far we get. So that's that one. And then, ooh, 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I just realised I've dropped a piece. So the next one is by Doreen Jones and Gingerbread Houses. Although this is from her Etsy shop, but I've called it Gingerbread Village. I started this on the 8th of November. And here is where I am. Now, instead of stitching it on a neutral colour fabric, I decided to stitch it on a blue. So it looks like the sky. Yeah. And that's what I've done. So let me just hold it up a bit. Here we go. I was actually really loving this. I'm not one of these stitchers that will stitch at just Christmas time or at just Halloween or things like that. I'll stitch it when it calls me. So there's a good chance I'll pick this up again sometime throughout the year and carry on stitching it. Bring it a little bit closer. Can you see? You can see it a bit better. So yes, it's rather cute. I've managed 4,227 stitches, which is 34.47%. So that's that one. And then this one was a freebie on Artisy Cross Stitch mini horse close-up. Olivia spotted and she was like, oh yeah man, can you stitch that for me? I was like, yeah, no worries. So there's this one, and this is, when I find it, mini horse close-up, like I said. Needle through the fabric. Wow, I done a load of stitching on this, absolute loads. Sorry, I keep forgetting to where to look. Now I don't know which way the fabric goes. I got a feeling it's that way because I've written across the top in pen. Can you see? Yes, you can. That's what I've done. I've done it towards the later end of 2021, so October, November time. Don't know exactly when. I've done 142 stitches. A whopping 142 stitches, which is 1.23%. Now, I'm considering unpicking it and doing it as 10 stitch so that it's done quicker. But I don't know what to do. Carry on full cross or unpick and start as tent. What do you think? Options, opinions even. Options, honestly. Opinions, people, please. Thank you. So that's that. So, let's just fold it over, put it away. So, I'm going to pause it here a minute while I put these ones away and I get the next lot out. I shall see you shortly. Okay, so as I was saying before we were rudely interrupted by the phone just stopping recording, I thought I had more whips than I do. I've got more projects, but not things I've worked on in the past year. So we are now on to my very last, very big whip, which, once I find the, I did have it, I promise you, I did have it. Oh my word. There it is. It is Animal Panorama, artwork by Adrian Chesterman, and it's charted by Pain-Free Crafts. And I saw this many years ago and I just had to have it, so it was given to me as a, I think it was given to me as a present, and it was such a daunting paper chart. This was before Pattern Keeper came out. I just didn't start it, and then Pattern Keeper came out and I was like, ooh, let's try it. So I contacted Sarah from Pain-Free Crafts and she kindly sent me a digital copy of it and I started on it. Now I started working on this, I started it on the 24th of October 2019. So what I'll do is, if I can, is I will insert a picture. I know I've got them because I downloaded them onto the computer last night. I know I've got a picture for the beginning of 2020 and the beginning of 2021, so I'll insert those photos here. Or I'll ask the other half to insert them, and then you can see how much progress I've made since I started it in October 2019. But this is going to be 900 wide, 900 stitches wide now, bearing in mind, 900 stitches wide by 324 stitches high. So it's become really grubby recently, because I pick it up and I put it down, I pick it up and I put it down. So do excuse the state of it. I didn't actually realise how grubby it had become. So what I'll show you is like this. Not much. It's really hard to hold because it is such a big piece of fabric. Now I'm stitching this on either 16 or 18 count. I did use the fabric pen to mark out the 10 by 10 grid squares, but over time it faded and it's left a horrible mark. Thank goodness this is a full coverage piece, because those marks will then disappear. Can you see that? Yeah. So what you can see here is each of those rectangles, the blue rectangles, is a page. So the pages aren't very big, but my god, there's confetti in them. Confetti hell. Can you see that? Yeah, you can. So, oops, wrong way. Sorry. Sorry. There we go. I'll try and hold it this side so I can read the information for you. So, she says, looking for the information, it's not even on the right page. Complete and utter shambles, I do apologise. No good. It's just no good at it. So, there it is. To date, I've made 29,344 stitches on it, which is a total of 10.06%. That there is just 10%. So can you imagine how it's going to be in the next few months? Huge. Diabolical. Crazy. There you go. I mean, I can't even show it to you all on screen. It's just huge. Absolutely ginormous. There is no mini or anything. I'm not even going to fold it up. It's just going to go in there for now. So there it is. Yeah, just huge. 291,600 stitches in total apparently, and I've done 29,344, 10%. So yeah. So that's where I am starting it from this year. We'll see how much I can get done. Slow and steady wins the race, isn't it? It's going to be my focus piece for 2022, and it's going to be my challenge piece for the 22,000 stitches in 2022. So, and what I thought was, as long as I'm in the mood, I will do it for my 24 hours of cross stitch challenge. If you've heard of those, by Jen Lee, on Facebook, she's got a group called 24 hours of cross stitch challenge. I'm pretty sure it is. I can always put the details down below. Yeah. So. So yeah. So yeah. So last year I managed to finish 2 pieces. One of them's fully finished, one of them's not. One of them is the positive words, which was self-designed. It was a challenge in one of the Facebook groups I used to belong to. And it was just a believe in yourself. That still needs to be completely finished off. But then the other one, you might remember, I'll put a picture up here, is the one I did for Olivia's teacher. Olivia chose the piece and helped put a few stitches in. And I finished it off as a wall hanging for one of the teachers before she left primary school. And it was from Etsy, and it was called Amazing Teacher. Like I said, I'll put a picture up of that in here. So that's that. I had, just before Christmas, I had a lovely Stitchy Kindness, piece of Stitchy Kindness from Ellie Welly Stitcher here on YouTube and Instagram. She sent me this gorgeous project bag leather of gnomes, so very much appreciated. And she sent me the card. I put the card away now though, and then with it she sent a couple of sent a couple of stickers, although I haven't decided what I'm going to do with the stickers yet. I might just put them in my journal. So that houses, that's lovely made. If I could make one of these, I would. I'd make a load if I could. I've got material here, I just haven't got the skills. And I don't like getting things wrong. So, and then on here is a lovely, cute little owl design. Little owl charm, can you see? Sorry guys. There we go, is that showing up? I hope it is, can't see. So thank you ever so much, Ellie. So that houses my Christmas projects. Yeah. So what else are we going to talk about? The projects that me and Olivia were kitting up earlier. Why not, eh? Why not? Just pop that in there. So. It's my 40th on Saturday, and I asked Jen from 24 Hours Cross Stitch if she minded if I did a 24 Hours Cross Stitch challenge for my birthday, and she was like, no, carry on. So I have. So I've put that up on her group, and I've also put it on Dizzy Stitcher's group, so feel free to join me. And I've been wondering what I should do for the 24 Hours of Cross Stitch. I know I did originally earlier, just now, when I did, say that this was going to be my focus piece for the 24 Hour Cross Stitch challenges. But I thought, It's my birthday. It's my 40th. Not doing anything. So I bought a couple of charts a few weeks back when Haid had their Christmas sale, I think it was, something like that. And I bought this one. It's QS Butterfly Faye. Artwork is by Nadia Tate. And I'm telling you now, I went through Nadia Tate's stuff and my wish list has grown. So that's this one. Both from Haid. Then there's this one. And I mean, come on. This one's Lisa Victoria. And how cute is he? How cute. He's just so cute. So, I was going through some material the other day in my stash and I come across some lovely mottled fabric. It's like sky blue. So you got there, and it's just like, it's the perfect size as well. I'm not one of these who measures their fabric. I count the holes, because in the past I've measured the fabric and somehow it's not been the right size. So now I count the holes to make sure there's enough for the stitches as well as extra for framing. So this is the perfect size for that little guy. And I've got majority of the threads. I'm pretty sure I've got all the threads, but also in some other projects. And there they are. I'm not taking them all out to bore you, but there they are. 90 colours, and he's only small because he's a quick stitch star dragon, and he's 195 wide by 246 high. So there he is. Now I am considering just stitching him and his cloud, his wings, his little star wand and the stars around him. And because it's on the mottled blue fabric, I'm going to cross out, can you see it? It's a bit blurry, is it? Cross out the background. So that's going to save me a load of stitching. And this one's going to be a middle start. And because I counted the stitches, I know I've got more than enough fabric, which is fine. So me and Olivia kitted that up tonight. So I've got him I can start, or I can start here. Now I have got some purple fabric. I would have to look for it. When I say look for it, 2 minutes. Stay where you are. So I've just quickly gone through my fabric box, and there's 3 pieces I found in there. This one I've just found, but it's not one I was considering. Now this is, let's have a look. Ocean Tide from Zweigart, the needlework fabric. Don't know where I bought it from, but I've had it for absolute years. So is that one. Now she is 210 wide, no sorry, 150 wide by 210 high. So she could possibly fit on there, but I'd have to measure it. I'd have to count all the things out, the stitches, you know what I mean. But I'm not too sure about that because I don't know about the purples. Or I've got this one, which is one I was thinking of. Again, I've not yet counted out the stitches. This is called Lavender Swirl. Now I don't know if this excuse me, if this is going to be big enough with enough allowance for the framing, B, high enough, or C, if the threads, there's the threads, obviously different colours, lilacs, purples, whatnot, whether they might get lost in the fabric. So I've got that one. Or I've got silk weaver fabrics called Solo. Another 14 count. Again, I'd have to measure the width and the height. That's lovely mottled pink. Now there's a good chance it would stand out better on that. I don't know what to go for, or should I just stick with the plain old white / cream Ada, which I've measured this and I know she's going to fit on, but then I might need to do the background stitching. So much work. So I don't know. Or do I have to do a floss toss? Put all the threads on each of the fabrics tomorrow. Take a picture, put it on Instagram, and you guys decide. Or do I just chance it? I don't know. But there we go. That's what me and Olivia's been doing tonight. So we kitted up that one, bar the fabric, and we kitted up that little cutie. Now I was wondering which one to start, but then I thought I'm doing it from 3 PM Friday the 11th to 10 PM Sunday the 13th. So I could start one Friday evening and I could start one Saturday evening. And then if I get bored of those, I could just carry on stitching something else that I want to stitch. Stitch what you want when you want. So there we go. So those are those. Those are those, my dears. Those are those. And that's that. Anything else? Shall I carry on rambling or shall I finish it here? Well, the previous video was 30 odd minutes and this one is 17 minutes. And I try not to get them that long. I try and keep them nice and short. So I think I'm going to end it here. And I will hopefully be back in about 2 weeks, maybe a bit sooner, and see how I've got on. So I hope you like what you've seen. I hope I haven't rambled too much. I hope I haven't got it on your nerves. And please feel free to like, comment and subscribe. And I shall see you soon. Take care. Happy stitching. Bye for now.